Hello, everyone. Hello, Twitch. How is everyone tonight? Miso night. Gonna do white miso for everything tonight. Perhaps leaving in the opportunity for someone in the future to do, say, red miso instead of just white miso. I don't know why I got the sour cream out, other than I'm not going to leave this out right now because I'm not going to use it just yet. Going to start with chicken stock. Need chicken stock. Okay. We need a bigger pot than that. Gonna break open both of these bags of chicken stock. Me at the end of February. Here on stream. Yeah, we'll get those on the burner. Melting down. I'm going to toss out the plastic. So that's going to be the start of our soup tonight. Yeah. Wish I had some bean sprouts for tonight. I don't typically like bean sprouts. I typically don't use them. But this is one of those rare cases where some nice, fresh bean sprouts are a lovely thing. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out recipes here. What I want to do first. What I want to do last. I think I'm going to get going with the wonton wrappers first. So that does need the miso out here, because I'm going to put miso in my wonton wrappers. They're going to be miso wonton wrappers. Quiet start to the stream tonight. Then again, maybe I got rid of all the bots when I remedied that issue. Let's see here. Lots of ums tonight. Lots of ums. live with eggs for right now. I forget what all else I need here. Use this, it'll be quicker. Shouldn't have grabbed this whisk. I'm trying to train myself to typically grab a fork if I'm just going to beat an egg, because it seems to work best that way. I think a fork works much better breaking up an egg, because you're actually sort of like tearing the structure of the egg when you beat it, and probably the ends of the tines of the fork probably beneficial. Anyways, we got salt, we got egg. We're about to have some water we're going to slowly pour in there. Don't need this at a full boil, but this is going back into that thing I was reading the other day here. I'm going to carefully whisk this into the egg, understanding that I'm going to have to temper this egg. But this is just water. This is fine to go back. I'm not going to use the whisk anymore, so let's clean that up quick. It's sort of nice to be able to have the broth there just ready whenever. Put our eggs away. Put our kettle away. AP flour time and bigger bowl time. Then it's going to be kneading time. Oops, let's do a strain on the flour too. Refilled my container since the last time you saw it. Just working through that flour, which is, I guess is good. It's a good reason that I buy it in bulk though if I'm going through it. Oh, I nearly forgot to put the miso in there, which I'm just sort of blindly throwing into this. It's absolutely not the recipe at all, but I don't think it's going to kill it. Should be an interesting experiment. I really liked these wontons the last time I tried making them. Last time I tried making them was the first time I tried making them. I've always just bought them those pre-made. Now certified plastic neutral in a giant plastic container. And there's our white miso paste. Not adding a ton of it, but at least some of it here. I'm going to be kneading this, so that'll all get worked in, hopefully. Battle! Let's go to battle. See how we do. See if anyone joined in. I wasn't listening to much of the intro today. Aww. Please don't tell me I have to reload the whole program. Please tell me it's just a minor update. Please tell me there's no new artwork. Woohoo! I think I'll go with haste. Not looking good. Not looking good. Boo. I can't click on OBS, I gotta click on the game. Let's see what else we got going on here. There we go. Now I can upgrade my retro barbarian. And I should have my quest finished now. Thought I had two. Oh, yeah. I was here already. Why are you telling me this is still important? Okay. So, battle in 30 minutes. And we're needing this in the next 5 to 10. Can definitely see those patches of Miso in there. They're disappearing quick though. Wonder if there's something else that everyone's watching tonight or something? Thank you, Entropy. Welcome in. Yeah, that sort of hurt last night to have to delete 380 some follows. But it is sort of interesting that they only tried to hit me with like 300 follows. Or 380 follows. Yeah, last night. When I've seen it other times, it's been thousands. Well, there's an answer. Oh, I went and muted. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for that raid, Metro. I apologize, I still had my alerts off, as I was just talking about. Thank you for that follow, Blue Pitch. I unfortunately got follow-botted yesterday, and so I turned my alerts off. How we doing tonight, Metro? What were we, playing Paladins, or what were we doing? Hey, Oban. Hey, Nith. Welcome in. Thank you for that follow, Ember Nix. Thank you for that follow, Caboose. Welcome in. We're doing miso paste as an ingredient tonight. And I am currently kneading a batch of wonton dough. This is my plans for the evening. Anyone new into the stream, I do ingredient challenges on Wednesdays. I hold a weekly vote in my Discord channel on which ones to do. You can add your own ingredients to the list, and the ones that get voted up get in the final vote. Miso paste has won this week, so we're doing miso paste. And I've already used some of it. I put some of it in this wonton dough, which has given me sort of a grainy-like feel because it's not very finely ground. And I don't know how long I've been kneading this now, but I'm supposed to be knead this somewhere 5 to 10 minutes. It's feeling nice and smooth. Special dough for wontons? Not really. It's pretty much a pasta dough. It's pretty similar to a pasta dough. It was AP flour, a single egg, a little salt, a little hot water, and we're going to dust it using cornstarch. But next I'm going to pull out the pasta roller, because that's going to be my cheat for actually doing this. Well, I actually tried doing wonton dough. I think it was the same recipe that I followed last time. Last time I was, earlier on the stream. And I really liked how they came out. I pretty much always just bought them before this, but it works pretty well. It's a nice elastic dough. It's pretty easy to work with. You can see it's already pretty baby's butt smooth. Now, let's get that focused. Focus. Yeah. So I'm going to begin by rolling this a bit just to get it to a thickness that'll go through the rollers nicely. Thank you, Blue Pitch. So we got this on the widest setting, and I am going to fold this over a couple of times. It's still a little tacky too, so it's going to be sticky, sort of hard to work with as far as stickier than I would want it for a pasta dough right now. And it is tearing. And it is squeaking. No squeak. No squeak. No squeak. And what I'm doing here is essentially just using the rollers to knead it much more effectively than I would. Because when you're kneading, you're essentially breaking down proteins which are either balled up or coiled up. And so you're sort of taking these balled up pieces of, or strands of protein, and turning them into like a fiber network, more like, I sort of think of it as sort of similar to cotton, but with mud in it. And yeah, this is still, I mean, you can see on the counter there, it's left moisture behind. So I'm not even going to go for the cornstarch just yet. We're going to dust this with a bit of flour first. Feeling a little bit better now. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh hey, I've got mineral oil now. I can oil this up off stream some night when I'm not using it. Come on, catch. There we go. Basically feels like wonton wrappers now, other than Still entirely too thick. Have chicken stock at a boil back here on the stove. I was just working on defrosting that, actually. Going to use that for... We're going to be doing dumplings, and then we're going to be doing a miso soup to go with the dumplings. Going to put miso in the dumpling wrapper and in the dumpling itself. I should probably get our Discord vote going here soon. That way I can give permissions if anyone joined in from my pitch earlier. Let's see if awesome. So, miso paste. That was winner of the last week. We've got a whole bunch of past things that I've done. Cheese balls, chicken, all sorts of things. But we got to start a new vote for next week, which unfortunately is going to be the next time I am back. I am taking a bit of time off. I'm not doing Friday and Sunday this week, but it is first 2 days I'm taking off in like 2 years. Yep. Thank you, Entropy. Let's see, we're doing the 28th. Let's see what our ingredients are. We got 3 for preserved lemon, 3 for vanilla extract. Let's see if we got any other 3s here. Nope. But feel free to add your own suggestions here if you join into the Discord. So, we're doing... I've already forgotten what the other thing was. Preserved lemon. Thinking that is. It's looking like it. Let's go with that. And if you would like to vote for either of these, you can just go ahead and click on the chef logo there. One with the most reactions using the chef emote will be the winner. Do I need... Yeah, let's hit this with flour. I actually still have the crickets, by the way. I mean, they were dried, so... And I didn't use all of them, so... I was not a big fan of crickets. They weren't bad, they weren't horrible, they weren't Oh, there's no way I could tolerate this. But at the same time, they weren't very enjoyable. Oh, come on. Sticking too much for it to roll, so I'm having to play games to get it to go. There we go. I think we got it to the end. There we go. The brownies were decent. I think you could get away with not even telling them someone that they're in there. They might not notice them. And I think there's ways that you can hide them, but I fear that a lot of people are just going to try crickets and be like, nope. Last fold on this, and then we'll start thinning it out for actual wonton, which I'm thinking of doing like wrappers, not just, I'm thinking like I can do the big boys, not just the small ones with this. I mean, this is a lot of wontons. This is more than I thought this was going to be, though. Because I haven't even started thinning this down. So this is going to more than double in length. Now we're on to number 3. Starting with 1, it goes up to 7. Now, you always sort of wish it goes to 11, but this one goes to 7. Four here is feeling, maybe we'll do 5. 4 is pretty close to what I remember those thickness on the like store brand ones. Yeah, it's maybe a little thin. It's either a little over or a little under here. Still very rather sticky and wet dough compared to egg dough, your typical pasta egg dough. But that's got some gluten. I mean, not tearing. Still not tearing. Then he messes it all up by throwing it on the counter. Yeah, cutting board width is probably good. Uh-oh. I may have messed it up from doing that. Now that I'm done rolling, switching from flour to cornstarch for my dusting. Yep, I messed this up. We're just gonna have to re-roll it. Not entirely from start, but from level 1 though. I was supposed to be done rolling. Well, perfect time for our battle there. But there we go. Already getting votes in on our Discord challenge there. And not realizing that I didn't change the camera view. Oops. But there we go. We have our rolled out wonton dough. And I'm going to just cut these. Oh, do I want to do 3? Do I want to do 2? And it's battle time. I think we got it this time. Got an army of ranged ranged may be able to handle the rest of this by itself. Victory. Entropy getting those kills. Suki with the 50 gold. Nice reward there. Yes. See how we do in this battle here in 30 minutes. Army of Entropy. Let's see. Excuse me. And that isn't very straight, so we're gonna... not too bad, but a little bit off. put our flour and our cornstarch away for now. Actually, I probably don't need them at all anymore. We can get rid of the pasta maker and move on to our next project here. Which actually I think is going to be the dessert. Come on, unskirt. Had a sort of productive last 24 hours here. Been doing all sorts of stuff. Unfortunately, some of it wasn't necessarily my idea of fun things to be doing. Had to get my truck emissions tested because it's getting old. And had to deal with the fact that I've got a tree down in my yard. And it never was a great tree. It was sort of a sickly tree to begin with. But it was one of my hammock hangings trees. Thank you, Entropy. So I don't have a tree to hang my hammock off of anymore. Granted, I also haven't hung my hammock in at least a year, probably 2 years. I didn't bring it out for 2020. I don't know if I brought it out for 2019. I know I brought it out many years before that. So, wonton wrappers we can forget about as a recipe for a while. Do we need to go into the dumpling stuff first or the dessert stuff first? I think we're going to do dessert stuff first. It's going to be a relatively quick dessert, but I'm going to start by cleaning this bowl out so that I can use it to mix my dessert, my blondies. Flour and water just like friggin' cement. It's probably the most annoying thing that I regularly have to clean off in my dishes and bowls. think this one's too large. What is this? Oh, it's a 10-inch. I thought this was 11, maybe 12. Start by buttering up our skillet. Buttering it up. Poor stick of butter has been so mistreated. I've melted it, I've reformed it. I've used it for now greasing up my cast iron pan. Getting a nice coat of butter on there. Get our oven going here to 350, sounds good. Start with a bit more miso paste. Oh, hey. Well, you know, I guess that pretty damn close. Let's see if it falls back out or if I'm gonna have to encourage it. Gonna have to encourage it. New box of butter. This one needs to be melted. Paper is in the butter. That literally doesn't want to break for me. And I don't want to send butter all over the place, so we'll Oops, sorry about that. Melted yet, butter? Not quite. Not yet. I think we got this one too, although I probably should have put the army at either the top or the bottom of the field there, because it looks like we're going to be split. Okay, melted butter. Not entirely melted, but it's all probably warm enough that it'll be fine. We don't really want it. Well, it didn't matter too much that it was warm or not. We wanted it liquid so that it helps distribute our miso throughout our dish. Mix this up until it's all sort of liquid. Break up all those clumps. Brown sugar, not white sugar. A lot of sugar too. Okay, we'll call that good. That was sort of haphazard. Welcome, Wilson. I am working with Miso tonight. Making miso blondies right now. That's weird. That didn't work. That should have worked. There we go. Mix in our brown sugar with our miso and our butter, our white miso and butter. A little vanilla extract. first time I'm opening this, so yeah, it's still safety sealed. And sesame oil for flavor. So only a little bit. We got stock chicken stock back here, staying warm for our miso soup. And then up here we have wontons that I made fresh with miso in the dough. It's smelling pretty, but I mean, you add a cup of brown sugar to just about anything, it'll be smelling pretty. Guessing egg is next here, but let's read the recipe. Yep. Use our butter glass to make sure we don't get any shell in with our egg, like I just did there. I don't know, I seem to do not great with shells. I average about 1 for 3. Or 1 shell every 3 times or so. Done with our whisk at this point. Gonna switch to a spatula. And anyway, you know, we need to sift some more flour. Here's hoping that just doesn't sit down into that batter. I'm okay with it leaning against the spatula, but baking soda or baking powder. Baking soda or baking powder? Baking powder. mix this in a little bit as we go. I'm not going to thoroughly mix it in, but just so we don't have a huge pile all at once. Flour and eggs away. So these are blondies, which are essentially a brownie but without the chocolate. And this is going to be miso and sesame flavored. See, I got everything in here, right? Salt. Salt. How can I forget salt? Okay. This is all going in our greased pan here. Not worried about a little light flour, we just don't want clumps. Pan's not hot, I just don't like putting pans on my board. So, spread that out a little bit. I think that recipe is maybe a bit heavy on the flour, even still. And sesame seeds. Lots and lots of sesame seeds. Put our white sesame seeds back away. Move back over to our black sesame seeds. Is our oven up to temp? It is. Haven't been paying attention to the oven. Other than it making me sweat. So, this is going in the oven here for, oh, what is this? 20 minutes? 20 to 25 minutes. And I think after we get a little bit of a cleanup going here, getting rid of all that last of that cornstarch and all that, we're gonna break down a couple of chicken legs and thighs, and actually gonna turn that into mincemeat using the blender, and gonna use that as our filling for with a bunch of other flavors here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple things to our soup here. Actually, I should get some water going too. So let's do our soup over here on the stove. And we'll get some water. So we can poach these. Still wondering what the heck I did with my pitcher. My plastic pitcher that I usually use for this task instead of my 1.5 gallon Vitamix seems to have up and disappeared. It has disappeared. Might remember these, I cut those up in stream earlier, since I typically just buy whole chickens. Trying to catch what I say on the captions to see how accurate and how off it is. Battle to battle. Oh, I completed that quest earlier and I didn't go and claim it, did I? He made quick work of those rogues. Gonna have to wait a moment here. Please wait, battle loading. Entropy getting the kills and assists. Nith and Suki with the scroll rewards. Congrats. Boss Devil. Super Chess. Oh, I thought it was a super loyalty. It's a loyalty super boss. I'm gonna put my guy up here. And why don't we say... Yeah, we'll leave it. Let everyone put them where they want. I'm gonna go ahead and check my quest here. See if I can't get some goodies. Awesome. Back to chicken. I'm gonna give these a rinse off because they've been in the fridge a minute. That sliminess, nastiness there, that ain't water there. That's you. peel the skin off since we don't need that with our ground chicken. Okay, so we'll live with that. I'm already putting this chicken with some miso, so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put both those soy sauce and a little miso in this before we even add the chicken, because that's going to help us easily blend it all up a bit. And for this, for the filling, I'm going to go heavy on the miso. Actually going to do like, that's more than a quarter cup. That's more like a half cup of miso there. I always try and go full flavor when it comes to ingredient challenge. So perhaps overdoing this here. And just chopping this up a little bit just to make the blender's life a little bit easier. This is a nice full-fledged commercial Vitamix, which it's actually their largest Vitamix. Well, that isn't like stainless steel and designed to permanently sit somewhere. That one's sort of designed to permanently sit somewhere too, but you get what I mean. So it's going to handle this chicken just fine, even though I don't do this much. That much. Let's see, what else can I throw in my dumpling filling here and just pulse it in with the blender and save me time. We still got to roll our... I keep saying dumplings, but I'm sort of more picturing egg rolls or spring rolls. Thank you for that follow, Josefina. Josefina? Josefina? Welcome in. Get rid of our chicken guts. That nasty old chicken we're using up before I leave town. Leave my neighbors with the issue of dealing with this tree. I have a feeling that I won't be here for it. My landlord will come and I'll come back home and the tree will be gone. Yeah, let's add some more soap to this. We're getting to that point. Did I set a timer for those blondies? I didn't. I'm smelling them though. They're smelling lovely. Oh, that's what I completely forgot that I'm adding into this. If I can find it. No, spinach for a wonton filling. So we've got our chicken, our miso. We're going to add spinach, which is going to give us even more of a umami kick to it. Get a full-fledged, get that green umami, get that heavy, light miso, but maybe get the soy sauce in there with some different umami in there. A quick mute things so you don't have to hear the blender. Gonna add a few more things while we're here. A little garlic, a little ginger too. Making me wish I had some green onion tonight. I'm out of green onion right now. But I am going to put some cilantro as a garnish on the soup. touch the chicken. Ugh. Yeah, let's just chop up the ginger. Cut it finely against the grain so we don't have to worry about the blender doing that for us. Not worth my finger to sit there and toy with the last little bit there. Not worth it. And of course, we got our soy sauce in there, but we need a little pepper and an MSG hit. Get out here, Pepper. Actually, come on. Quit. Doesn't want to sit flat for me to cut. Save that for garnish. And I'm going to go back to muting everyone so that I can blend this. Got our blondie coming out of the oven here. Might as well get our water boiling while we're at it. Maybe went minute over on this. Let's see. That's looking nice. Looking on the dark side, though. I'm a little worried about that. I actually want to get that flipped out on a plate, if I can. Just because I don't want the residual heat from the pan to overcook it. Beautiful. Maybe slightly dark for a blondie, but that's a beautiful color. Nonetheless. And yeah, if I had left that in the pan, that might have been an issue. Let's turn on the fan. And let's get another... I got some seeds on my... it's just going to be on the top one anyways. And I'm going to take a plate here and flip this right side up. There's our blondie. With miso and sesame oil. So there's our first dish of the evening. Grab a photo of this while it's still cooling down here. Thank you, Suki. Nice. Yeah. The 3-day ferment, if it's a tough dough going into that ferment, the ferment is not going to make it a looser dough, and I would suggest that you actually knead it some more, either by machine or by hand. Because if it's tough for you to work, it's going to be tough for that yeast to create bubbles. But that's awesome, you made yourself pizza dough at home. It's the first step to being addicted to making pizzas. Okay, I'm going to go back to blending this, so I'm going to be muted again for a little bit. Got to... Oh, do we have a battle already? Yeah, let's do battle first. Or no, we got 2 minutes left. So, I'm going to blend this real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, this is incredibly potent smelling stuff. Got all sorts of flavors in there. Let's do our battle. Off to battle. The chicken isn't bad, but the chicken isn't smelling great. Everything else in that smells amazing. You got to consider the chicken's been around for about a week now. It's on the edge. Good use for it though in this sense, because we know it's gonna get cooked through. Victory. Victory. Entropy getting those kills. Nith with the assist. Ooh, look at these scroll rewards. Who's gonna get these beauties? Suki and Entropy. Congrats. And we're gonna do one more map. Let's see, do we do top or bottom here? We got 2 chests on bottom or 2 on top here. I think we go for the top here. The top looks a little bit more interesting. Oops. Got to start there. And you want to stay out of the purple. You want to place in the bluish green here, because purple, you're just going to sit there and wait for something to attack you. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do one of these again. And I have something to upgrade again. My rogue. Okay, I think we're about ready to start making our wontons. I am going to try and pull most of this chicken mince or blend out and into a bowl where I can scoop it a little bit easier. Besides, I haven't contaminated it enough with week old chicken yet. Actually smells great. I mean, you got the garlic, you got the ginger, you got spinach. The only thing that's, I mean, it's can't even hardly tell the chicken's there anymore, other than it's the bulk of the pulp there. Still sweating, even though the fan's running now. So there's our chicken mousse or puree. We got our wontons here, and a little gochujang. Add even more kick into our dishes here. Oh, I can turn that oven off too. That oven's probably warming things up a bit. That'd be good to get rid of. This might actually work well. Didn't take me long to get gochujang on my fingers there. Need a glass with some water. Moisten our wonton wrapper. And there we go. Not gonna do the small pinched ones. Gonna do more larger burrito like wontons. Burrito wontons. Go with that massive dinner last night. That French taco was both amazing and disgusting at the same time. Yep, got more gochujang on my fingers already. I already have, car guy. Give me a moment and I'll show it to you here. It's on the counter. Sort of blinded out from you there. We have a Miso Sesame Blondie, or a brownie-like dessert, sprinkled with white and black sesame seeds there. So that's dessert tonight, and that's going to be cooling down. That's already still quite warm. I don't know how many of these, well, we're going to use up the meat. That's how many we're going to make. But I need something to set these on before we boil them. It's just the point of what's going on over here. Not quite boiling yet. Okay. Why don't we... Well, let's do these up. I'll finish the soup up, and then we'll boil these. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to add a second spoon to our gochujang so I stop using my finger to apply that. If you're not familiar with gochujang, it's a little like adding it's a red chili paste, but it's a fermented chili paste. It's very interesting stuff. I'm a fan of it. Sort of a new product to me. I know it's been around for ages, but new to me. these are going to have a kick on top of having all the herby, garlicky, gingery chicken in here. And that may be adding too much of a kick, I don't know. Nice, car guy. It'll be good stuff. I like gochujang. Applies half on the next one. I think it's on the list there. Jackfruit might be hard for me to find, though, because I would want to try and find it fresh. It's certainly not native. I think I have seen it in markets now that it's getting more popular. It's mostly getting popular as a meat alternative, though. People are shredding it, and I don't know the full recipe, but I assume it's braised and like essentially boiled in barbecue sauce so that it appears to be pork. We don't have much in the way of international market here. I mean, I've got Whole Foods, I've got a couple supermarket chains, but Sonoma's a little bit more rural than being part of the Bay Area, like we like to claim to be. trying to make them a little bit longer. A little bit wider or longer or whatever have you. A little more egg roll. Almost feeling like I should fry these. I want to turn them into egg rolls. Which they're not too different from. That sun's sort of killing the light tonight. It's that time of year. Maybe another couple weeks here and we won't have to worry about the sun again. I might run out of meat before I run out of... Or I might run out of wrappers here. I only got one more, I think. Yeah. Did pretty close to all the meat, though. Put the nice point at the top there. This one doesn't really have a nice point to it, but put the best one to the top. Which actually, now that I think about it, doesn't really matter. Had enough meat for maybe one more. Two more. Two more. Yeah, one more. Is our water boiling back there yet? Is our water boiling back there yet? Looks like it might be. It's not really boiling though. So there's our wontons. I'm going to clean off the cutting board here first. Get the gochujang and hopefully I'll remember to oil my cutting board tomorrow. That way it'll be nice and oiled up for when I return. To do either preserved lemon or what was the other one in the vote? What was the other one in the vote? Vanilla extract or preserved lemon. Vanilla extract I see as more of a challenge for, for dessert it's easy. Come on. What dessert doesn't have vanilla in it? Is a better question. But when it comes to the savory side of things, you can use vanilla every now and then, but it's pretty rare in savory food. But there is our finished dumplings or egg rolls or whatever you want to call them. They're done. So let's make up our broth. We'll switch over here to the stove and we'll get our whisk out here because we're going to have to add some of that miso and whisk it in. This here is chicken stock that I made back in the end of February, the 28th of February, right here on stream. And so, if you want to know how to do that, I'm going to probably do chicken stock coming up here pretty soon once I get back. I got, 4 or 5 carcasses in the freezer already again. So this has already got a ton of flavor in it. But we gotta add some salt to that because I don't salt my stocks before I use them. So we want to bring all the flavors out in that stock. Don't season my stocks as a bouillon as a broth because that way I can still reduce them and throw them a little bit in the pan for pan sauce or something along that line. But we're gonna need some more ginger. We're going to need garlic and fish sauce. We'll start by hitting this up with a bit of fish sauce. What? Do I have even more jalapenos in my fridge? Did I forget to use or something? When did I get these? They're gonna go bad if I don't use them, so let's use them. We're gonna make this a spicy dinner tonight. I'm going to pull the seeds and pith out. Feels good on the fingers without gloves on. I'm gonna make sure to wash my rub my eyes and use the bathroom right now before I wash them too. I'm gonna be sweating tonight. It's not gonna be a lot of hot heat, but lots of jalapeno, lots of gochujang, basically lots of jalapeno. Pretty sure gochujang is not too different from jalapeno in heat. Not sure what chili they use for sure. And it's probably looks completely different in China too. We're just going to toss this right into the soup. Just as is. Or into the stock at this point. Into the broth. I hate the word broth, to be honest. Mostly because fanatics of bone broth that don't know history of food have ruined the word. About a quarter cup of white miso there. I am going to rest and relax tonight. I'm gonna be so beat by the time I make it to this wedding. Oh well. Didn't get high enough. Trying not to jinx myself here with this. Still one left to go here. I'm gonna wait until I'm cutting the last one to say it. Yep, that's amazing how all of these nicely sat down. I didn't have to cut any of them in half, so I'm worried about them moving around on me. That was a good set of garlic. Oh, we're gonna mince this up a bit more, because I'm gonna drop this straight in the soup too. Battle! To battle we shall go. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. My apologies. Why is that unlocked, by the way? That shouldn't be unlocked. I'm gonna put this right there. We'll see how that works. Yeah, my guy is just stuck there. He got stuck in the pink area, I guess. Victory. Quick and easy victory there. And should be getting the kills and the assists. 2 different accounts? What's going on there? I'm confused. Nith with the 15 gold. We'll see what pops up. Where's the report function? So that we all know the company is going to ignore whatever the report is. I should have planned to mince this. This could have been done nicer. Instead, I'm sitting here going through it. With perhaps the exception of herbs, anytime someone's going through stuff like this, like 10 times, they're one of those people that mashes it, chops through it, mashes it, chops through it. They just didn't do it right in the first place. What am I missing here? America G-Man. So we're adding garlic in there. Continuing to knock that block of miso around as it dissolves. It's gonna get lighter. We still got bits of miso floating around that need to be beaten into submission. I'm gonna grate a little ginger into the liquid as well, into the broth. A lot of old familiar flavors and smells that I'm getting right now that I haven't had in quite a while. Oops. So there's a chunk of ginger in there. Oopsie. We'll just make sure and fish that out. Okay. Got the chili. Got that. Got that. Got that. Not going to use that. Oh, we have this too. Stems and all. Turn this down to a simmer, or just above a boil. And we'll get to boiling our chicken. And start dropping a couple of these in at a time. We'll do 3 batches of 4. Move the camera here. See if we can't get a little bit better. We lost our boil. We lost our boil. Oh, we can't lose our boil. Don't want them sticking to the bottom here like they're trying to. There we go. I don't know, maybe things would be better like this tonight. You think it's better like that, or with more light, but with a spotlight going on there, like that? I'm going to go ahead and put the miso paste away. We're done with that for tonight's preparations. Anyone have any loves or hates about how I tried to use miso tonight? I am waiting until the last minute to add the cilantro in. And actually, I should pull a couple nice plushes for garnish on top, too. I'm not forgetting you, chicken. I'm not forgetting you. They're bubbling though. They're up to the top. That's good. Still gonna give them a bit longer. Gamiti. Chicken, want to make sure it's cooked through. I'm not too worried with the texture with how pureed it is. I mean, it's essentially mousse at this point. So, overcooking it, probably going to be fine. Let's see how this blondie tastes. It's sitting here staring at me. Nice solid unit. Bit too pasty. I want it to be a little bit more ooey gooey. Don't get a lot of flavor from the sesame seeds. You never really get a ton of flavor from sesame seeds anyways. But oops. It does have this, like, deep, rich flavor to it that has to be the miso that's giving it this depth. Oh. That one tore right away. Let's let those go until they're done. I'm going back to it though. I mean, it's sweet. It's blondie-like. I just expected it to have, and maybe I should give it a bigger punch of vanilla. I sort of feel like it needs something to brighten it up at the same time. It's an overworked brownie. I probably mixed it too much. And yeah, I probably mixed it too much. But I also think it maybe could use less flour in the recipe. Yeah, too much flour, too much developed flour. Maybe a bit more leavener, and I don't know what you do about the gooey with this without the chocolate. Maybe a pour of dulce de leche over the top. More sesame seed? Meh, that sort of kills the sesame seed. The caramel would work for the gooey, though. But it just needs to be a less flour dough. A less flour dish. A little ginger nub that I threw in there by accident. Woo, that's warm. That holds heat well. Wow. And last 4 of our dumpling rolls. I'm actually going to turn the heat off over here. Use the residual heat to finish that. Along with, I'm now going to add that cilantro. Oh, come on, Twitch. You can do it. You can do it. You don't need these open anymore. Heat off on our boiling water here. Take our last 4 dumpling rolls. I don't know what they call them. Let those all hang out in there. Turn the heat back on over here. We're going to want this at a low flame. Just barely keeping warm here. That's all. Let's drain this so that I don't have to worry about this sweating all night. Noise. Actually, I think cutting board shielded you from much of that crashing noise. So let's make ourselves a bowl. We need some soup for dinner. Oops, not with that bowl. That bowl's got a chip. It's a great bowl other than the chip. Yeah, let's go with the later. Get some of that broth, that chicken stock that we seasoned up to match our dish. Grab a couple of these star specimens, if we can. I just split this one. Welcome, Raiders! Thank you for that raid, Miss Lisa Face. Were we wrapping up our... Are we done with Jurassic Park now? Are we still working on that? We're working on other projects? What were we doing today, Miss Lisa Face? I am working on wrapping up miso as an ingredient dinner tonight. We have large dumplings in miso soup, and I used miso in the wonton dough. Nice! So we got miso soup based off of the chicken stock that I've made here on stream in the past, with dumplings stuffed with heavily spiced chicken and gochujang, miso in with the chicken, miso in with the wrapper, miso in with the soup, and I've already broken into the miso blondie, which is quite tasty. I went through the full slice there. It's quite yummy. Bit too dense for me. I think I partially overworked it a little too much, and I think the recipe needs less flour than I used. And I also could use something to sort of lighten it up, and I sort of desire that gooiness that you get with brownies when you think blondie. This is just too well cooked through. A little too tough, a little too... It's tasty though. And I do like the miso in there. I think the miso is a nice touch to give it that full background flavor, that full depth of flavor. So let's add some cilantro sprigs to our and some large pieces of jalapeno, which I was hoping was going to float a little better than they have. And we have anything else we want to drop in there? Let's do a little fresh cracked pepper on top too. I'm very happy with the way that broth is looking, and I think I added some wonderful flavors to it. I think that's going to be delicious. Let's take a little photo time here. Let's see what we got here for a wonton. I got one here that I broke open. We have what looks like solidly cooked through chicken there. Definitely get that heat off of that gochujang. But happy with those. Other than, I don't know what I was thinking with the like burrito like things. I probably should have done them smaller like typical wontons, but we would have been here all night with me pinching 30 wontons. Yeah, I don't even want to stop. Definitely got the heat. I just got a bit of ginger there at the end of that. Battle time. To battle. Thank you, Miss Lisa Face. Throw the last of this cilantro back in the fridge. Maybe I'll find a use for that with my with the leftover beef and veggies from yesterday, which is going to be my meal tomorrow before I get going. Victory. Victory. Ambassador with those kills. Entropy picking up the assists. See here, Nith getting scrolls and McMargo getting some gold. Congrats. And we're going to call it there tonight. We'll start with the chess battle here next Wednesday. Next Wednesday when we do our battle, whichever gets voted in here. I'll be back here next Wednesday. First break I'm taking, so it's going to be a bit until I'm back, but I will be back here next Wednesday for either vanilla extract or preserved lemon as our ingredient challenge. Then once we're back with that, we'll have oatmeal cookie day on Friday after that, and no plans for Sunday after that. We're going to do the Tuesday after that. I'm going to do a special stream, do planning, and just figure out the next 2 months here. And so I don't really have plans after this other than oatmeal cookie day. So hope to see you back here next week for the ingredient challenge here. Let's see who we can give a raid to here tonight. I had someone picked out, and I think they finished up. Oh, why don't we raid her? I haven't raided her before. I take that back. I don't know if I want to. He's wrapping up too. Why don't we go hang out with Cooking Girl? I've raided her before. She's a lovely couple. She often cooks with her husband. Puts on a lovely show. Hope you all give her a warm welcome. Wanna thank you for joining me for my miso ingredient challenge dinner. We got our blondie and our dumpling soup with miso in everything. This is going to be a miso powerhouse by the end. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a great night. See you next week on Wednesday.